Hi, my name is Nawaal, and I'm going to be talking about a couple different deep breathing techniques today. These are all really great techniques to use in situations of high stress, if you're experiencing a lot of anxiety, or if you just kind of want to unwind. Deep breathing can be super helpful whenever you are trying to go to bed, when you're meditating, or again, whenever you do start feeling your stress kind of increasing. This is a really great way to help combat that. So we're going to be talking about a couple different techniques today. So the first technique, it's going to be called 4-7-8 breathing. The next one is called box breathing. And then the last one that we're going to be going over is what I like to call extra breath. And we're definitely going to go into all of these in a little bit more detail, and we're going to do them together. So the first method, like I mentioned, it's called 4-7-8. And the numbers each correspond with the different counts that you're going to have during this process. So the first step is going to be 4 seconds of inhaling. So that's going to be through your nose, really slowly taking in that breath, and again counting for 4 seconds. The next step is holding that breath for 7 seconds. So again, counting to 7, but making sure that your lungs and stomach are all full of that air and holding on to it as much as you can. Then the last step is going to be exhaling for 8 seconds. So this is going to be breathing out of your mouth, really exhaling that breath slowly, making sure it's all out of you by the end of that 8 seconds. So now that we understand the counts, let's do them together. Great. Now that we've done the 4-7-8, you can always keep repeating this until you start to feel your heart calm down, you feel like it's easier to breathe, and you just feel more relaxed overall. The next technique that we're going to be discussing is going to be box breathing. The reason why it's called box breathing is because a box will have 4 sides, and this will involve counts of 4. So similar to what we just did, we're going to be breathing in, but we're doing that for 4 seconds. Now it switches up a little bit. So now once we have that breath in, we're going to hold it for 4 seconds. After that, we're going to exhale for 4 seconds, getting all of that air out. Once it's fully out, we're going to keep it out for another 4 seconds. And then we're just going to repeat as needed, just like before. So let's do it together. Perfect. Again, you can repeat this as needed until you start feeling those calming effects and feel a little bit more relaxed. The last technique that we're going to be talking about today is going to be the extra breath technique, like I mentioned before. So sometimes whenever we're feeling really anxious, a lot of the counting can actually cause a little bit more anxiety. So in moments like that, it's nice to try to take in as much air as we can, just in a way that feels best for us. Sometimes when we're feeling a lot of anxiety, everything inside just kind of constricts. So even though we think we're taking deep breaths, it might not be fully inhaling as much as we should be during that moment. A lot of times, different like panic attacks or anxiety attacks can actually cause you to feel like a little bit lightheaded and feel out of breath. This technique also helps combat that a little by making sure you're getting more air. So for this technique, you're going to put a hand on your belly and then breathing in as much as you can. When you think you've reached your limit, you're going to take another little gasp of air on top of that. And whenever you are a little bit anxious, sometimes we think we're taking that deep breath, but we actually have more space in there. So that little gasp of air at the end is to make sure that we're really filling up. So again, we'll do that together. And again, you can repeat that as many times as needed. All of these deep breathing techniques that we discussed today can all be super helpful in high stress situations and making sure that you're really taking that step and taking a breath whenever we need to. Deep breathing can be a great way to help combat, again, stress and anxiety, and making sure that you are breathing when sometimes our body does not feel like it can. In those moments, it's really great to have not only deep breathing as a tool, but also developing other coping mechanisms like grounding or meditation, mindfulness. All of these tools and more can be learned with a clinician here at the Center for Growth. If you're ready to get started on learning these tools, definitely let us know. You can always request an appointment or even give us a call. Thanks so much and hope to hear from you soon.